good perspective in order to know who is going to participate in the conversation. That's the way we're doing it. Yes, because 40 students is too much.
We know it.
And the idea is that those who want to learn and those who have the speaking skill more developed, the idea is that they continue improving their language.
So what happens to the other half?
The other students, they work with the teacher.
They go dig holes in the back? No, what do they do?
Yeah, because I think that's very difficult, because I think that you have to give the opportunity to everyone to have the opportunity to learn something, because in this part of their life they don't know what they really like or what are they really going to use during their life, because they are just beginning their life. So I think you have to give them all of them the opportunity to learn. And I have noticed how my worst students are trying to learn now because of Andrew. Yeah, because they want to say something to him. Yeah, that's my best motivation.
It helps that I don't
that's really, it's true. So why I have to use him as my best motivation, because I notice how my students, the worst of them, have tried to learn now, or at least they are trying to learn writing something or asking for how I can say this, and that's very good for me, because they never want to learn. So I think that's very nice for me.
I think something that we could do is like an English club or something after school.
As I told you,
but yeah. So.
Question?
I want to have a volunteer.
When this program began, I never want to. That's true. Because I always think that, why? For what? Why? I am the teacher. Yeah. So why do I need somebody else with me? Yeah, I am the superwoman. Why? Yes, you know. But as my experience, well, I have had some volunteers before, but they are not really teaching with me. They are just they went to my school, to my class, and they watch my classes. But that's it. Well, my students also, that also was a very good motivation for my students, because they want to at least to learn some things. But now that Andrew is teaching them, is very different. I think that is a very good help for me. And I noticed that they need motivation, and a real one, because now they know that they can do something with the English. Because for what to learn English? They always are asking, why do I have to learn English? For what? So you explain to them, well, for this, for that, but they never believe you. Because they don't have the necessity to speak, because all of us speak Spanish. So why to learn English? They know that this is their space. They are just moving here in Valdivia, very safe. They don't need anything else, just Spanish. But now they know that they can learn English for an objective.
Yes.
And it's useful.
If the volunteer doesn't speak involved in Spanish, it's better.
I know.
So for me, it has been very good, because she doesn't.
No Spanish. No Spanish.
But it's true. It's difficult when your students know. Like, it's in some ways. I mean, because I don't speak Spanish perfectly, but usually can at least understand what they're saying or explain something to them. But it's hard, because then they do want to rely on that, and it's hard for me to consistently be staying in English when they know I could go into Spanish, or when they know they can say something in Spanish and I'll understand. and I'll respond in English, but it doesn't always mean that they'll try to say it in English. So that's a constant, I mean, that's something that I'm always having to try to achieve, is to say, if they say something in Spanish, I can tell them it in English, but to get them to say it back, you know, to be actually like active in the process and really acquiring that, you know, new information. But
That's more difficult. When
Yeah.
they're learning Spanish and understanding,
Yeah.
it's hard.
At first, I didn't understand anything, but now I actually understand quite a bit of what they say, so I have to keep acting like I don't, because they'll just, you know,
Yeah.
expect me
Try
to.
to.
it maybe helps with disciplinary issues, or knowing what
Yeah.
students are saying when someone says, like, you know.
They can say anything to me, I
Right,
can be like,
yeah, I can at least tell, I know if someone's swearing, or I know if someone's saying something about me, or I know if, you know, but.
Sometimes I think I know there's, even though I can't understand it, like you get the tone.
You get- yeah, you
And I kind of give them a look like, I don't know what
Yeah.
you're saying, but I think I do know.
The eyes, the face,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the attitude.
They're very expressive.
More questions?
Can we apply this? Can we apply? How can schools apply to volunteer?
In the Ministry of Education, yeah, you have to fill a registration form, and then that's the way you apply.
And one of the conditions is to be in the net.
Yes.
To be in the net.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and speak to like Patricia, Patty,
No.
and to the folks down at Provincial. Yeah, they'll help you. Well, I think.
You hope.
Yeah, maybe not. Some hope. Yeah.
The thing is that you're all.
Why don't you go to the picture?
Right.
It's a very long one.
I registered to have a part-time volunteer as I did 2 or 3 years ago, but there aren't part-time volunteers.
No, this year, no.
No, this year.
Not this year, not
This year?
No.
No, there were too little amount of volunteers this year. Yes, and
I had 2 volunteers 1 year, and then next year I had 1, but part-time, because of the school. I don't have the conditions of the people who can have the volunteers at home.
Well, and we were unlucky this year because seven volunteers, yeah, arrived in Valdivia, and but 3 are in Valdivia. The others are in Payaco.
We can have in comuna.
Yes, you can, yes.
Yes,
Just 3 are in Valdivia. La España, en León, in Valdivia.
To receive the volunteer, you have to get in the internet and then apply.